Late in the campaign of Gears of War, Marcus Phoenix kicks in the front door of his childhood home. The wallpaper is peeling, the furniture is in disarray, and a fine layer of dust blankets every surface, from the ceiling to the floor. Returning to a dilapidated family home serves as a poetic echo of the task at hand. Many members of developer The Coalition worked on the original Gears of War, and this remaster is the studio's first release before it launches Gears of War 4. And although the studio has created a faithful homage to the game that started it all, they neglected to clean up a few things in the process.
There's a lot of history here.
A lot of lies, too.
Well, you've got some nerve, soldier.
Gears of War Ultimate Edition lets you cheat time and travel back to 2006 when you first saw Phoenix skulking in shadowy jail cell. Because of the new resolution, Gears of War Ultimate Edition fills in cracks and polishes paintwork to preserve our ever-so-fragile nostalgia. I played Gears of War on Xbox 360 recently, and the differences here are apparent. Ultimate Edition removes the muddy textures, shiny faces, and bleak environments of the original, replacing them with detailed landscapes and brighter hues. The Coalition remade every cutscene, and even though I'd seen them before, the new skin makes it feel like the first time again.
Locust!
And Ultimate Edition doesn't just change things on a visual level. The original Gears of War marked the pinnacle of third-person shooting at its time, and in 2015, that cover-based combat is still at the top of its class. The campaign still feels smooth and fluid, and I noticed it right away. Ultimate Edition is also a reminder of how much I'd forgotten about the first Gears. The campaign is much more horror-driven than its sequels, with haunting corridors and dim basements giving way to shrieking monsters emerging from the ground. This is a story about a ragtag group of heroes, long before we saw them amidst the chaos of an all-out war. The characters don't have too much depth to them here, and mainly serve as vehicles for the action. But the campaign serves as a reminder of when we first saw them.
Damn, Marcus. He'll get over it.
And then I jumped to multiplayer, and at 60 FPS, all of my muscle memory came back. I hip-fired the Gnasher shotgun, perfected active reload times, and dodged between cover as if it were 9 years ago. There are 2 new game modes here, including the traditional Team Deathmatch and King of the Hill, and they're both welcome additions to this fluid new incarnation. Gears of War Ultimate Edition doesn't just look like my nostalgia remembers, it also feels like it too. But despite how great Ultimate Edition looks and feels, it hasn't completely erased the original version's blemishes. The Gears franchise has always catered to a cooperative experience, and the remaster is no exception. Throughout my time with the campaign, my AI partner Dom Santiago often made things difficult for me. He deliberately wandered into the shadows when the objective was to stay in the light. He walked into the path of my gun, obscuring my view numerous times, and often, when my progress relied on the AI, nothing happened, and I had to reload my checkpoint. The latter was a frequent problem throughout my campaign. The first Gears isn't always obvious about where to go next, and the remaster has kept that aspect intact. I reloaded checkpoints a total of 5 times before I reached Act 5, all because cutscenes wouldn't trigger, or a wall wouldn't crumble on cue. It's one thing to lose progress because of death, it's another to lose it because of design errors. But despite these flaws, Gears of War Ultimate Edition is still a faithful remaster of a 9-year-old game. The return trip might reveal a few more cracks than we remember, but it also serves as a shield for our nostalgia. And as remakes go, that's worth noting.
Let's do this.